Hey guys, this is the relliK booN Fancast. I'm currently up 10,000 the past 3 weeks in NFL playoffs, so trying to win you guys some money as well. 7,000 of that came from DraftKings GPP winnings, and about 3,000 from sports betting. I've picked all 8 games with the spread 100% perfectly so far, so I'm actually 2 games away from the perfect playoff run, and going to give you my picks of the week first. And then we're going to move on to DFS, trying to help you guys win some money in a very, very hard slate to win money, knowing that there's only 2 games being played. At the end of the video, I'll also show you the screenshots of all my sports bets from, the prior weeks. I did have 2 over-under bets. One I hit, one I missed, so almost 100% on all betting. I think I'm probably at about 90%. So I just want to go into this week, the 2 picks that I have. Since I'm at about 3,000, I'm only betting 1,000 this week. I'm smashing the Patriots, $500 on the Patriots. At home in Foxborough, the Steelers just will not be able to do this. The thing about, the Patriots, and when they prepare for a game, they're going to obviously, first and foremost, shut down the most important weapons of the team. As we know, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell are going to be the most viable weapons. So Belichick, I think, is going to put his primary focus on stopping Antonio Brown and letting his defense carry over and taking out the run. And I think they're going to be more similar to what Kansas City was doing and running a spy versus Le'Veon Bell to try to keep him out of his pass-catching ability. I still think he's going to be able to run the ball, and Antonio Brown is still going to be able to catch the ball. But in the end, the Pittsburgh Steelers have never been able to do it. They just have never been able to go to Foxborough, and they lose by more than 6 every single time. I think I have the spread at 5.5. I'm following up with a more risky bet. I'm actually just doing them with a 2-teamer, so a $500 2-teamer. So this way, if I lose the 2-teamer, I still break even. I'm still up $3,000. It is what it is, because I think Patriots are that much of a lock. But I'm shockingly, as a Bears fan, again, I picked the Packers last week. I'm picking them again this week, although I do not think they're going to win this game. I think Atlanta Falcons have what it takes, and they're a powerhouse offense, and they're going to come away with the victory. But at 4.5 points with a hot Rodgers, 4.5 just doesn't seem right to me. This could be a 1, 2, 3-point game, overtime, field goal, something along that matter. As far as over-unders, I think those are sucker bets. I'm not betting any over-unders this week. The only time I do bet over-unders, it's always going to be an under, generally speaking, and it's mostly going to be in a defensive game, like Seattle versus the Rams. Games like that, you typically see 6 field goals, 0 touchdowns, and, those are the metrics I'm sticking to. So you have my sports bets for the week. Like I said, I'm doing Patriots and the Packers with the spread. I'd be very careful with that game. That's more of an unsure game for me, but I would put my life savings on the Patriots if I believed in that risk adverse style. But I'm not 21 years old anymore, so I kind of got bills to pay and things to worry about. So 500 is good for me. All right, guys. So I've been doing some research on where people are at with this whole DFS metrics for this week, and the only thing that's really, I'm not going to give you this, that, the other, here's this set lineup. I'm just going to give you ruling metrics of what to think about on how you're actually going to win money here. There's only 2 games being played. First and foremost, the Atlanta Falcons versus Packers. In NFL sports betting history, this is the top 3 in highest over-under totals ever posted. I think they're at 60.5 points right now. So Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan are going to be the highest owned quarterbacks, and expect them at around even ownership. So to go in with that, I'm trying to fade both of them completely and give you the most contrarian play of the week. that has the highest output of working out for you. And the thing that's going to work most about it is the fact that everyone is going to be on those games. Let's say even if you do hit that perfect lineup with the Rodgers or the Ryan, you're going to be splitting the prize with hundreds and hundreds of people, and the pay lines are going to be so split that normal $5 or $10 prize you're going to win is going to go down to $1.33, and it's really not going to be worth it. What I've learned over this year when drafting teams and the ones that are winning the millions and everything like that, it's the most elite contrarian low ownership quarterback of the week. And Tom Brady, people, he is the highest rated Pro Football Focus valued player ever in the history of Pro Football Focus. He hit that this year at, I believe, like a 99.3 out of 100. I think when I last looked at him, he was down at like 94, a few weeks back, probably 6 weeks back into the season. He's at a 99.3. So here are my metrics at how I feel the most contrarian, well-winningest payout could be. So it's not the most likely to hit, but if it does hit, you're actually making money and not splitting it with everyone else. So that's definitely going to start with Brady. So Brady's going to be my lock quarterback of the week. And guys, I'm actually going to put my money where my mouth is with this video. Everything I say, I'm going to put full budget on. I'm going to max enter a contest at 150 lineups. One problem is I've already ran, my lineups for the week through my optimizer. I still got some research to do. I'm not able to fit Tom Brady in 150 lineups without needing another quarterback to fill the other spots. So my second spot is going to be Aaron Rodgers, and I'll explain that in a minute. But my lineup metrics this week are plain and simple. I love high scoring total games with running backs. So it's either going to be Ty Montgomery, Coleman, or Freeman in all my lineups. I'm going to fade every single New England running back. And what this is going to do is think about if Brady's a contrarian in play nature as all, and running backs don't get in the end zone, and Brady does something that's very probable for him, throw his 3 to 4 touchdown passes, you guys are going to see a lot of money this week, and that's the play I'm making. So no New England running backs, Brady's the lock, Patriots defense is the lock. I'm not messing around with the Falcons or Packers, and I'm going to take the winning team, I think, on the other side, who I already told you is the lock, so that's the Patriots D. So I'm going to have Patriots defense in every single lineup, all 150. An Atlanta or Green Bay running back. Then, Le'Veon Bell. Everyone wants to talk about Le'Veon Bell. Guys, here's the thing about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's price tag, it's going to be nearly impossible for him to hit value. You will need the 2 to 3 touchdown performance for him, which I don't think Belichick's going to allow. And the other thing is all the public people, the people that don't know too much about DFS, are going to be on him. And the only reason that favors you guys is everything I'm saying now, the pros are thinking as well. I think the pros are going to have a high fade on Bell, just thinking that without him, using these lower priced guys that are at half the cost, they can put in much better receivers in correlation to the game. Now, I'm not going to have rules with who I'm stacking Brady with on the wide receiver side. I definitely still have to check the matchup chart that, this Thursday I'll have way more updated data on what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to pick one wide receiver to lock in. And if I'm going to lock in any low-end receiver of the week, it will be Gabriel. I am going to stick with Gabriel on the Falcons. We saw what Prescott did to them. They're weak over the middle. And Gabriel's just that little fast guy that can make something happen with such a high projected total score. I'm definitely going to go with him. 2 tight ends. I'm only messing with 2 tight ends this week. I'm fading everyone else, and if that don't work out, that don't work out. You guys can try to hit your pay dirt with the Hooper, Julio, everything else. Cook, Bennett. Only 2 tight ends I'm playing. So I'm going to do Cook, Bennett, locked in. Maybe at around 50-50. I'm not that sure yet. I'm going to lock in 1 wide receiver for sure. only Atlanta and Green Bay running backs with Tom Brady as my main quarterback, some Rodgers due to the restrictions, the lineup restrictions. I have to have them. And then Patriots is the lock defense. You know, to have the highest scoring team, you're probably going to need to have the highest scoring defense. And if you guys want to mess around with those low-end guys, you know, that's completely up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much the metrics I'm going by. The only one thing that really worries me, and I just see it happen time and time and time again, when you have these games, I mean, the over-under on even the Patriots game is like 51. But when you have these high-scoring games, there's always that one player where your mom or dad has to look at you and say, who is that? You know, that one guy that no one even thinks of that always gets the touchdown. And I am concerned about that happening, so it's going to be really tough for me on deciding who to fade and who not to fade. But Patriots is your lock sports bet of the week, your lock contrarian play, which the most elite, lowest price quarterback, obviously fading big men, Brady. That's going to be your highest paying contrarian play in DFS sports metrics. You know, I'll share you guys some of my screenshots from the sports bets that I had these past 3 weeks, just so you can see, kind of not BSing you. I know what I'm talking about here, and hopefully you guys all make some money. Have a good weekend.